Hey everyone, it's Jennifer with DP Addiction Adventures. I am so glad that you are here. Welcome, welcome. Yes, I forgot to turn my YouTube. Woo! We are ready for another Friday. I am home. Whew, I just got home today at 11 a.m. Well, actually, it was 11:30. We were discharged from the hospital. I'll go into that story a little bit later, but so excited to be here. And we are going to have a phenomenal night. We are in week 2 of our Blinging in the New Year 2025. We have some amazing sponsors. Just want to give a shout out to all of them. We have Tina over with DP with Sparklers. We have Ashley Craft with Crashly. We have Elizabeth and Edward with Enablers Outpost. We also have Tracy with Tracy's DP World. We also have Mooney May. She is our Canvas sponsor. We have Leopard Leatherworks in collaboration with Troy over in the Unbelievable Blanks. We have, just make sure I'm grabbing everybody. We also have Tia with PalmPal Pens and Friends. So we are super excited to have all of our sponsors this month. It's been phenomenal. So thank you very much for our sponsors. One of the things I wanted to do is I got my Tracy's DP World over on Etsy. She has 10% off right now for her special. Woo! Let me pull it up because she posted this in our group and it's so fun, guys. Let me share it with you over on her Etsy. Oh my gosh, I love anything that's event related because it's like a collector's item. I'm like, I've got to have it because it's like once it's gone, it's gone. And so I had to go grab it over on her Etsy, and you get 10% off if you click on, and it's only $7, and I needed putty. So this is, let me find this. This here. So that, am I? Oh, I think she, is this it? Oh, the Night Air. She sent me a sample of it. I'm sorry. A sample of it because I bought the sparkle. This is live TV, guys. Live. Because she hadn't made it yet. I bought the sparkle all the way, and then she sent me the sample of the Night Air. I've got to go buy the Bling in the New Year. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I'm behind the 8 ball. So you can see up on the screen. But she sent me the Night Air. So thankfully I have to drool over the Night Air here. And then I think this is the little gem or the little thing. What is it? My brain. I'll tell you why my brain is so out of place in just a minute. This is a little cover minder. Yes. So I need to go back to making myself. So the little snowflakes. So she's got random little snowflakes. So that is so fun. And then she sent, I love these, the charm. Thank you, Amy. And she sent a whole bunch of these, and these are the fun ones. Absolutely fun. So, Sarah, thank you so much. Hi, Linda. Good to see you. So I now have a charm. I'm going to have to run over right after this event and buy Blinging in the New Year night air. So thank you guys so much for coming. But tonight we're going to have so much fun. We have 2 guests on. First guest, we're going to help her with our painting. Oh, there's 17 of you. Hi, Ditsy's Diamond Den Patreon meetup. So good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Welcome, welcome. But I am so excited because the first guest is going to come in and we're going to collaborate and chat and just really talk about. She took my first tip from last week to heart, and she's going to talk about how she took that to heart. And we're going to hear kind of some of the things that she's doing to bling up her kit. And then if she wants our help, we can kind of help her either through chat or through talking verbally with her, bling up a little bit more, give her some more ideas. And then the second person is going to come on around 9:30 our time Eastern. And she's starting from scratch and she's going to show us her kit and she's going to go, hey, help me. I need some help. And so we're all just going to chit chat and we're going to talk about how do you help with depth of snow? How do you pick out what you want to do with flowers? How do you make stuff 3D? How do you add shadow? We're just going to talk about different techniques using her kit as an example. So that's that. I know I told a funny story last week with our YouTube goal. This week is a little surprise because we're spotlighting Tracy's Blinging in the New Year. I'm going to sponsor with my own. And if we reach our goal tonight, I will send out this lovely Witta the Owl for free to a winner in chat. We're going to do a StreamYard live chat poll, and you'll get this Diamond Art Club sent to you. And I will sponsor myself a $10 gift card to Tracy's DP World that you can pick out. Either you could get the $7 and add another putty to it or do whatever you want. So if we reach our goal tonight, we'll do a poll for that. If not a big deal. So before we bring on our guest, just a little update. Where have I been this week? Hey, Crafting and Crime Daily. This week, well, I told you last week that my son was ill. I have a 2-year-old son and I have a 17-year-old daughter. Long story about the middle. And my 2-year-old had come home from daycare ill. And hi, Melissa. Welcome. So excited you're here. Well, he was ill throughout the weekend. And we ended up taking him to the ER on Sunday because he had stopped drinking completely, like 100% stopped drinking. He had dry diapers. He was getting very dehydrated. He was miserable, fevers. Nothing was helping. And we had been through this back in March 2024 and it ended up in the hospital for a week and in the PICU. And we were just like, all right, we're going to go to the ER. We're going to be ahead of this. Maybe he just needs like an IV to like get him hydrated and get him feeling better. And then we can go back home. Oh, I forgot. So we went to the ER. Hey, thanks so much, Rebecca. We went to the ER and oh my gosh, I wanted to like smack the doctor. I seriously did. The doctor is very kind, but we went in and said about the dehydration and we said something about the vomiting and the constipation. And they're like, oh, we're just going to give him a Zofran. So he'll take, so his tummy doesn't hurt. I had to ask him, can you look in his ears? I had to ask him, can you look in his mouth? I had to ask, can you take his temperature? every time you go, don't they take your blood pressure, take your temperature, look in your ears, look in your mouth, like do the whole eye thing? Like, don't they have like a 10 thing checklist that they do? Listen to your heart, listen to your lungs. Like, I feel like they have this thing that they do every time you go to the doctor. So, yeah, yes, Amy, I should have brought my stick with me. Hey, Jennifer, good seeing you. So I should have brought my stick with me. So they sent us home with the Zofran, and we're like, okay. So Sunday, he was miserable. Sunday night, he woke up like literally blood curdles screaming. Like if you're a parent and you hear this scream, you're like, I think my child's dying. So we ran into his bedroom and he is like convulsing in his crib back and forth. Like he just was in so much pain. So my husband ended up sleeping on the floor in the nursery with him. And we were like, oh my gosh. So we ended up Monday, he started vomiting again. And I was like, we're leaving. We're going to the ER. He's not drinking. He's not eating. So he went to the ER. His oxygen levels had dropped. He was at 90 at that time. But as we were there, they kept dropping. So they had to put him on oxygen. Then they had to give him an IV. And they're like, yeah, you're not going home. So, hey, thank you so much, Nancy. That's so sweet of you. So, we're like, here we go again. So, thankfully, we weren't in the PICU. We were just on the general pediatric floor. But we're like, all right, we're just going to be here one night. They're going to hydrate him. He's going to be fine. But he ended up having RSV and severe dehydration. And we were there from Monday all the way through today. They were potentially going to keep him tonight, but they said it was up to us. And we're like, well, he's sitting up. He's more active. He's playing. He's drinking now. He's eating now. Let's go ahead and take him home, and then we can always like play it by ear if we need to come back. So, but he lost a lot of weight. He's walking around like Frankenstein now because he was sitting in the bed for so long. He lost a lot of his leg muscle because when you're that young, even just being in bed for a week, you lose a lot of muscle. So he thinks he can run real fast, but then he like hobbles around. But it's good to have him home. And we're very thankful that we were able to be close to a hospital and get him in. But we were just very upset about the first night. We were tag teaming, my husband and I. We were very thankful that we had jobs that were super flexible. I was working remote half the time, and a lot of my colleagues were like, oh my gosh, you just need to go and take care of your baby. And I'm like, my child, yes, I needed to be mom, but my child is literally watching Paw Patrol and paying no attention to me. So I'm like, I might as well jump on this call and at least listen. Like I was off camera so I could like immediately go to him if he needed me. But I was like, I'm just sitting here watching him watching Paw Patrol for 3 hours. Like, so I'm just going to put a headphone and listen to this meeting. So but we're home and he's okay. And we just need him to keep drinking. You can go without eating for quite a while, but we need him to at least keep drinking. So we're on the right path. He's drinking his Pediasure. He's drinking his watered down Gatorade and Pedialyte and watered down apple juice. I don't like all the sugar, so I like to water it down a little bit. So he's doing good. He's doing good. So that's the update on me. But we have 82 people in chat. Thank you so much for coming. I am so glad that you are here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And so without further ado, I would like to welcome our guest. If you're ready, give me a thumbs up. She's back in the green room. So we have Jenny. Good to see you.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good. How are you? Thank you for having me. I'm so excited. This is fun.
Yes.
I'm honored. Thank you.
Yes. So tell us a little bit. You have a channel over on Instagram.
I do. So
Tell us a
I
little bit
post
about
all my
that.
Instagram stuff on my YouTube, but like I go live on Instagram. I just like that platform. I like kind of the small videos. I like the live atmosphere there. So that's kind of where I started posting all my stuff, and I just love it. So I've had a lot of fun with it, and I love interacting with people. So it's been a lot of fun. Yeah.
And
So
you just did a really good one this past Saturday. Can you share with chat what you did?
Sure, yeah. I had a kit that I was my very first DAC kit that I ever bought. It was May of 2020, and it was a song for the moonlight. And with that kit, I have not opened it. Like I took it out of the box and I just had it sitting because I got so excited with other kits I bought from DAC, and so I put it to the side. And I just kind of was like, hey, I need to pull that kit out. And when I pulled it out, well, first I went to my DAC account to see what was my very first kit I ever purchased. And hi, everybody. I'm so excited. Everybody's being so nice. Hi, everybody. But when I looked back, I saw that they had re-released it. And I was like, oh, like that's interesting. So Ditsy's Diamond Den is a friend of mine, and we were talking over the phone one day.
People here tonight. Did you see that?
Yeah, I know. Their whole crew is on tonight. I'm so excited. Thank you guys. But she and I were talking on the phone when I first started thinking about what was my first kit. And she was like, it'd be fun to do something like, a comparison and where has that come from? And we just kept kind of bouncing back and forth. And then I was like, well, when I saw that they re-released it, I would talk to her and I'm like, what if I did something like a direct comparison? And then it was like telling my husband, can I spend $40 for like really nothing? Like me to do a video? And he was like, it actually sounds kind of fun. Go for it. So I had like DAC points so I could take some money off of it. And so I bought it again. So it was actually, I've been really good about not buying. So I had not had the new box yet. I hadn't had the new toolkit. I had not had the new box. So this was even that much more exciting for me. So I pulled it out and I went through it and did a side-by-side from June of 2020 when I got the kit and December of 2024. So there was a lot of surprising differences and a lot of things that stayed the same that kind of surprised me. So yeah, I enjoyed it. It was fun. It was an eye-opening experience. Yeah, the sticker sheets have made a vast improvement. I would say that was my favorite part. The sticker sheet from my original one, not to give a whole lot away, but the sticker sheet wasn't even cut. So
yeah, I think it was them up here. Like
yeah, it's like now I don't want to touch the old one. I'm gonna do the new one. I don't even try to cut the sticker sheet on that one. So well, thank you guys for all the love. This is just so sweet. I appreciate y'all so very much. Truly, it's overwhelming. I appreciate everybody being so warm and welcoming. And you too, Jen. Thank you for having me on here. It means a lot. So I appreciate your support. So, but yeah, so definitely, if you're interested, check it out. I'm not trying to plug myself too much here, but it was really fun I'm not going to waste a bunch of time going rehashing that whole video, but it was fun to see.
Go check it out.
Thank you. Yeah. So And then Jen was kind of helping me with this event because I've had this kit, and I think, Jen, you've heard me talk about it quite a bit, and I'm always like, I need to get Stitch done. I got to work on Stitch. I got to work on Stitch. And I just keep pushing Stitch to the side. I've had it kitted up for over 6 months, and I did the first row. I'll try to see if I can hold it up
show
here.
us Stitch.
I'm sorry?
Show us Stitch.
Yes. So here is
what we call it, the star, because we don't like to say big. There you go.
So here he is. Let me see. Okay. It is from the one with the diamond art. It is called Galactic Menace by Eric's Artverse. My husband and I both love Stitch, and my husband loves Star Wars. So when I saw this rendition,
looks really cute.
Oh, that's so wonderful. Now, I did get it in rounds because I was not familiar with the company yet, and rounds to me are like easier when you first get started, especially kind of not knowing.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like squares are less forgiving, so I went with rounds, and it is computer generated. So from a distance, it looks great. When you're working on it up close, I wasn't like super happy with their rendering. But I know that kind of comes with rounds and computer renders. So I was a little discouraged with Stitch. And Stitch has sat and sat and sat.
And you lost your groove.
I'm sorry?
You said you lost your groove.
I totally lost my groove. And my precious husband, this is for him and his music studio that he has here in the house. And like, I feel bad because he's been like, he looks at it hanging in my craft room. He goes by. There's a bathroom on the other side of that door, and he uses that bathroom. So he sees it usually hanging on that door, and he'd be like, you didn't make any progress on Stitch. Like, I know.
What you need to do is hang a diamond painting pen right there, and every time he uses the bathroom, he puts a dot.
That's what I need to do. He always puts the last like 5 drills on every canvas that I've ever done. So I need to do that. I need to like set a little diamond painting station in the hallway, and he just needs to stick a drill on. Then it'll probably get done faster. But actually, I took your advice last week. You said that.
What tip was there?
The tip that you gave that if like you don't have to do a project. If you're not feeling it, you can let go of it. But you can also try to breathe new life into it. And I felt like this event was perfect for me to bring new life to Stitch. And one of the things that bugged me was his lightsaber. His lightsaber, and then the little rings around his hands. And these were less of like an issue, but this lightsaber was just killing me. Let me see. I don't know how well it'll show up, but it was like this horrible lemon yellow color was the center of this lightsaber. I'm sorry it's not coming through very well here, but
heard this trust the process a lot, but when it's that off, trusting the process doesn't work because something in your gut says no.
Yeah, it was like, this is not working. This is like, it was, I understand what they were trying to do and why the computer generation was done, like the lightsaber, and I get that there's supposed to be this glow, and the only way they could achieve glow was bright yellow, sunshine yellow drills. It's color 726 for those who know their color chart really well, but it's a very bright sunshiny yellow, and it made me go ick.
Yeah.
That's the best way I can say is it just, so I didn't feel the excitement and the magic of the kit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not the best at bling. I'll be the first to say, like, a lot of my bling has been, oh, here's this color. I'm going to do a direct match as an AB or a fairy dust. And that's
kind of what tip number 2 is I was going to start with. And then we'll get into, but my tip number 2 tonight was that's where you start, is if you are very hesitant, is I would pick an area that you know you want to upgrade, like a flower or a crown or earrings or something that looks okay with bling, star, sunshine, and literally tit for tat, literally change it to an AB. Or if you want the moon to glow in the dark, literally a glow, glow glass or something. So you're not getting super extravagant. You don't have to think outside the box. You're literally changing same DMC for same DMC. You're just elevating the sparkle. So that's tip number 2 for this week, is starting out with that simple, not thinking outside the box, just picking something small that you can make a change that normally would sparkle, like a star or jewelry or a flower or the moon, or like fence railings or a light bulb, things like that. And so that sounds like where you started.
It is. And that actually is, I went to DP with sparklers, and I just typed in the DMC code for both the 2 colors. So there was this green color that I was going to change out as well. It's just a bright green, and it's a 907. And so when I went to DP with sparklers, I typed in the color, and I came up, there was a really pretty neon AB. That's the same, this the 307. And then, so it's this one. My light ring is like really bad here. Sorry, guys. But then I also put in the 907, which was like the green. And there was a direct green, and it's like a crystal jelly, and that kind of glows as well. And when I was looking at those, then I was like, what are some other greens? And I found a crystal jelly 703. So they're like both a green kind of color. But one is kind of a yellowy color and one is a darker green. And so I was like, well, these both kind of glow and they have that jelly look. So I was like, I'm going to order those and I'm going to see what happens. Because with the 907, I wasn't 100% sure it would match really well with this green. And so I was like, let me order them and see what happens. And then the funny thing is it has evolved to something totally not what I was expecting. I have totally scrapped the neon ABs.
Out of there.
They are gone. It so does not work. But I think that's kind of the fun part is you're learning, because it pushed me out of my, even though I went match for match, all they had was these ABs in this color. And so I was like, okay, what am I going to do to rectify, because that does not work. So I ended up with my 2 glow jellies, and I totally am not following the chart.
Yeah.
So,
well, and that makes sense, because if you think of the lightsaber, you think of it glowing.
Yeah.
Think of it. I know it's light, but in my head, I think of it when you have to buy it at Disney or something. I almost think of it being like a cylinder of plastic or glass. So the jelly part is like a see-through, not an opaque.
Yeah, and it really is. I wish I could get this close enough for y'all. It is all in that center area, and I ended up not following. You can see at the bottom below the section I've done below the purple tape. it's just like a thin little line. I've widened it up with the hair by mixing the two jellies and kind of just placing them in there, staying close to the yellow line that's charted on here, but just kind of making it my own and taking some of the darker solid green and mixing some of the jellies into that a little bit, and then letting it fan out to the side. So what I started with is not how it's turning out, but I'm happy with how it's turning out. Now, I will say it didn't go with trial and error. I have pulled a lot of drills. But fortunately, I don't need, I mean, I have these giant bags and it's not a whole bunch of area, so I have plenty to spare. But that was one thing I think I was afraid of, is the trial and error, the pulling drills. What if it doesn't look right? It's okay to pop and pull drills, you know? Oh, thank you so much, Cheryl. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, it really was just, now I still love these neon ABs, and sometime in my life, I will utilize these because they are absolutely beautiful. They do not look right in this lightsaber. I was going the other extreme. So, but it's really, it doesn't come across, I don't think, super well on camera. I'll try to post a picture on my Instagram and post it into the group page, Jen, in your progress post. But the jellies, I've never worked with them before. This was definitely out of my comfort zone. Jenny, this is the one with the diamond art, is the company. And they are out of the UK, I believe it is. And it is the kind where you like order it and then it's made on order. Yeah. So there is a little bit of a wait for them to come. But the Eric Artverse, the artist, does a lot of different stitch variations. So
my one question for you before we bring on our next guest is, how's it feel now looking back to be outside your comfort zone?
A relief.
You push yourself. So how's it feel, the fact that you pushed yourself outside your comfort zone? Are you
a relief and empowering? If that would be my like the I had this anticipation and this fear with starting and doing something out of my comfort zone. So there's like a sigh of relief, like, hey, I did it. And then it's like, oh, wow, this is actually kind of fun. It's not so scary. And I trust myself more than now, having kind of just pushed and done something that I've never tried before. And then the freedom that I'm not going exactly what the symbol says. And I have to be like, you know, having done cross stitch for a lot of years, you know, you can't miss those squares. I put a fifth leg on a wolf one time, like, so, you know, you have to, with this, there's freedom that I didn't realize would come with pushing outside of those boundaries and kind of letting yourself have that freedom.
And I am a very like in the box person. And so it actually was therapeutic for me to push myself outside the box in a non-threatening way, because my canvas is not going to yell at me. So like if I don't like it and I have to throw a drill away, or I have to take it off, or it doesn't look good and I have to do other things, it's not like working with people. And so for me, it was like, oh, this didn't work. And then it's the therapist in me of having to like work through some of that internal grief as well of, okay, that didn't work. I have to kind of work through that. No, it wasn't necessarily a waste because I'm figuring it out, and, you know, things like that. So I'm so glad that you took the time to do that, because you're coming out with this amazing, end result.
Yeah, and it really is, like, it really, when I say it breathed new life into this kit for me, 100% did. Like it's changed the whole kit. And because there was
future.
and there was, like you said, the grief. There was the grief of this kit that I didn't love, you know? So yeah, I'm happy I did it. Thank you for the tip last week. Thank you for helping me push out of my comfort zone, because I don't think I would have without a little bit of nudge and encouragement. So I appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, we have another wonderful guest I'd like to bring on. Are you ready behind the scenes? All right. So we have Roslin.
Hello.
How are you?
How are you doing?
Wonderful. Thank you for coming on.
I'm excited to be on. I'm excited to get ideas. Although I've had a lot of tips from my friends that are also in this event, which has been helping me.
Yes.
I'm new to events. So, this is new, although I've been diamond painting for about 4 years.
That's okay.
And adding sparklers and adding ABs, where do you add them, where do you not add them? So, and I have one friend that told me, I'm just going to do what I want. I'm just going to freehand it. I'm going to do what I think looks good. And hers is coming out beautiful. So,
well, are you still doing the one with the snow and the kitty?
Yes, the 1906 Christmas card.
All right, so I'm going to make you what we call the star so we can see it a little bit better. There we go.
Can you see?
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do, I just started here and you see a lot of little empty spaces.
Yes.
I went crazy on DP with sparklers. So I'm waiting to get all my my order. But like in the lantern, it was suggested, I guess, when I was on TIA to use metal, the metallic, to make it look like metal. So I've ordered those in a couple of different colors to see which ones that I like.
Yes.
Also, I ordered some AB 712s.
Yes.
And then the 5200s I did in ABs, and I think in sparklers as well. I don't know. I ordered duplicates of ABs. I ordered the color in ABs, sparklers, whatever I could, just to see what I like and how I'm going to implement it.
Well, that sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun because it'll help you with the 3D effect of the snow. What do you want? Because
up in here,
12 will be kind of like wet snow, and the 5200 will be like your fresh snow. So what do you want it to look like?
Yeah, exactly. I want it to look like that, like the wet, like in through here, the street. I may have to pull some of the 712 I already have in here. But I want it definitely to look more wet here. And then on the up here on the homes, I just want it to bling. I want it to like kind of glisten, right? And then I'll use the metallics up here on the sign. And then I want to bring out this rose, the bow. I may add some red sparklers right in through here, in some places in the wreath, and then bring out the cat's bow.
Yeah.
But if anybody has any other suggestions, I'm so open to them, you know. So, and the buildings, I don't know if you can see the buildings on the top, if it's showing through. Let me see if I can stand up and you can see all the little houses in the background. It's like a street.
So Cheryl says a glitter drill would be great to help enhance the darker shadows. So if you want some of the darker shadow areas, the glitter drill would help.
So that, where would you put those? I did order some white, the 5200 pixie dust, but like in here for the darker.
I'm going to see if I can find the photo because I know you shared it in our group of the actual, just
it's
the
probably easier to go by that than to look at this.
No, but I'm glad you showed that because that shows how it looks on the canvas. Okay, I have it right here. I'll show it for us so we can see because it always looks good to see it on the drill field too.
Yeah.
So this is what the image looks like.
So cute.
It's so adorable. For the light in the lantern, I love the pineapple glow glass. I don't know.
Ooh, that sounds okay. I'm going to write this down so then I remember this stuff. Pineapple glow glass. Wait, my husband gets all these packages.
Where around? I can't remember. I'm sorry.
Pineapple. So you would use that in the lantern, right?
Yeah, like it's this color right here.
Ooh, I like that. Those are really pretty.
Oh, hey, Irene. Welcome. She's my night owl. I'm glad you're awake, but I'm sorry you're awake. Must be super late early. Cheryl said like a darker gray for the glitter. Are some of the rooftops a dark gray?
Oh, that's an awesome idea.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Cheryl. That is a great idea. Up in this, kind of up in the roof area.
Mm-hmm.
That would be cool. That would be.
Yeah, I think.
And I'm looking at the kind of the stained glass where the cat is, where the reef is. I wonder if I can bring that out in a way so it looks more like glass.
I'm wondering if maybe some crystals in that area. You could do a mix, and so I don't know if that on the image it looks like some rust and some red colors.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you could do some crystals in there. Another tip, I don't know if it would work on this image, but if you have a huge space of color blocking, but you want to use some AB, but you're on a budget.
Mm-hmm.
Like let's say you have a sky, all right, like a big, huge blue sky. You can throw, like, let's say you have 996. I think that's a blue. You can, I think I have one right here. Yeah, it's round. I threw, I did like 2/3 normal and 1/3 AB.
Ooh.
And I mixed them, and then I just poured in my tray, and then my sky has random sparkle in it.
Ooh, I like that idea.
I don't know if it would work for this because this looks like it has
it's kind of cloudy
all over the place, but I'm just using this as a tip because it came in my brain. But if you have a big place or you had a huge field full of yellow or a huge area of brown or something, you want a little bit of texture to, you can mix some of your colors, so to speak.
That would look really pretty. There's some mixture. If you could see up in the sky, you can see kind of, it's like a grayish purple hue.
Mm-hmm. I like to mix, like when I have a big space of like 318, I think that's a gray color. Sometimes I'll throw some ABs in there. Cheryl's saying you could do a pixie where the light's peeking around the edge of the clouds. Like right in the middle there. There's some light in the middle. You could use some pixie there. To the right of the sign, there's some, or right above the kitten's head.
Yeah, I see it right there by where this.
So when those areas where the light's peeking out, you could use pixie.
That would be really pretty.
Right, Amber? Yeah. So it's just like budget friendly. So and sometimes like dusk, like if you have some images that have dusk in it, and you want a little bit of extra twinkle, you can mix your ABs. Or if you have water and you have some waves, but you don't want like that straight line of AB or straight line of pixie dust or crystal, you can mix it. And that gives you just some extra bling on a budget.
I think that sounds great. So you just put them in the tray and mix them. Mix it with that particular color, and just whatever you pick, you put in that spot.
Yeah.
I would have never thought to do that. I think that's a great tip.
Yeah, I do that. I do that a lot, and I try to be careful because I don't want too much left over, because I don't want like a whole bottle of mixed ABs with the extra drills. But it's, yeah, I use it all the time.
Well, I'm looking forward to experimenting with it. And sometimes it does get scary to put your drills down, and then you're like, what do I do? Or I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. But just like Jenny said, you can always pull them off.
Yeah.
And redo it again.
Yeah.
So just to get over that step. And then I guess once you start going, your creative juices start going, and and you just want to enhance more. I just want to bling it out, though. I want it to be blingy.
Now, I don't know how windows are on the right side with all those buildings, but you could use quad cubes or slivers and just block out the windows. Like, you don't necessarily have to go in and have all the details of those windows, because when I'm looking at the image on Facebook, it literally looks like a square of brown. Now on the rendering, it probably has 3 colors in that window.
Yes.
But if you wanted to add some depth and some texture, because quads rise a little bit, you could do some quad cubes all in that window, because you're the artist now. You could do some quad cubes right there and now create the window however you want.
That would be awesome. So I can see it now by looking at the shapes in the windows. I could see what you're talking about. And I've never used those shapes. So that would be new for me and something to experiment with. I've always mostly just pixie dust and ABs, and I just recently got into using sparklers. So I'm going to need to order.
I don't know if you're still in chat. Do you have a dark pearl S for, or P for S, a dark green? Because I was thinking maybe even in the wreath, if she did a dark P for S, she could add some 3D depth effect in the wreath, because it looks like there might be one shade of dark green.
There is in that one. I'm trying to. I'm going to look at see if I can find the color. That would be really pretty. That would add more depth.
Because the pearl doesn't have the sparkle, it would help pull the eye in like a shadow. And so I would think the P for S, if they had a dark, I think she's saying 501.
501? Okay, because this one's showing DMC 3816. I wonder if there's a 501.
We have DP with sparklers right here. Let me look. Yeah, the 501 is a dark. Let me pull this up. I'm going to stop sharing for a minute. Go to this screen. So this is the...
Ooh, that would look so pretty.
Yeah. So I was thinking, you know, that would kind of pull your eye in a little bit, but still give you some shine.
Definitely.
So when you're doing your enhancements, you kind of think of how are these going to reflect. So a crystal is going to pull your eye in. AB is going to reflect your eye out, shoot your eye out. So you kind of think what's your eye going to do? And so if you're looking for a 3D effect, you want your eye pulled in and your eye out, right? You want shadows, right? When I'm standing here, that's what creates me as a 3D, because there's shadow behind me, there's depth behind me, different things like that. So that's kind of why we have all the different textures. So by adding crystals, by adding pixie dust, by adding the pearls, you're adding depth and you're adding height and different things like that. So
I'm ordering those tonight.
Well, don't forget to use Blinging 2025 and you'll get 10% off.
That's right. I'll have to get to the mail before my husband.
Absolutely. So I'm excited, you guys.
Me too. I can't wait.
Crystals do add depth. Yep.
I love seeing all their diamond paintings in the chat, because often I love to see the different things. And then that also gives you ideas as to what everybody else is doing. Then it makes you start thinking about, oh, they use that there. So I'm very excited to see how it comes out. Should be good.
Yeah. Well, do you ladies want to stay on while we give away our gift card tonight?
Yes.
See who wins?
Good luck, everybody.
Yeah, have fun. Good luck.
All right. So tonight's gift card. Let me get the right screen. All right. So this is a $15 gift card to Moody Maid. So exciting. So you do not have to be present to win, but you have 7 days. So between now and the next live to email me, let me know that you saw this. Otherwise, we redraw next week, and that's with every live. So if you win in Tima's or you win in Tia's, you need to make sure you notify them that you saw the replay, because we want to make sure you guys are somewhat participating by watching or at least participating in some way. So good luck. Everybody's name is on here as of 5 p.m. today if you are registered. So here we go. Good luck.
There needs to be a drum roll.
All right. Congratulations. So
Congratulations.
You have won a $50 gift card to Moody Maid.
Yay.
Yay. Get ready, Cheryl. I'll see you later. So yes, please email me at dpaddictionadventures@gmail.com. Let me know you saw your name tonight, and I will connect you direct with Moody Maid, and she will get you that $15 gift card. So really, really appreciate you guys being here. I do want to let you know that Tima is up next at 10 p.m. Eastern. And then Wednesday, if you guys want to meet Man Bun, Tia is going to have Man Bun on, and he's going to be showing us what his current blinging project is. Now, if you don't know Man Bun, he actually recharts the whole entire canvas and buys like hundreds of dollars of bling and redoes the whole canvas. So you will not want to miss Wednesday night with Tia, because you will get to see what he does. He redid the Princess Diana. He's redone several of Mandy Manzano princesses. So he recharts the whole thing. He has this big, thick book that he sits and actually redoes dozens of the colors. And he's really great. So if you want to meet Man Bun and hear how he does his thing, please join Tia Wednesday night. Otherwise, Tia's Crazy Craft Addiction Wednesday. It's roughly 10:05 Eastern, but it's YouTube. Tia's Crazy Craft Addiction. She is one of our hosts. Also, if you are in Creative Craft Addictions, we have the links every week, like Progress Week. I have the links every single time to our 3 channels. So just click on her channel and subscribe. But yeah, we will meet you guys over in chat and Tima. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you for having me.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jen. I appreciate it.
Thank you. So until next time, be blessed. Take care.
Bye.